It's a Sunday slip and slide here at a monsoonal Rockdale for a clash between two teams at the opposite ends of the table, both desperate for a win for different reasons. For Sydney FC, they're only out of the relegation zone due to goal difference, and they take on the reigning champions, APIA Leichhardt Football Club, looking to get within 2 points of first place Western Sydney. Plenty of football for Sydney FC. Winless in their last 7. A run that's seen them lose 6 times. They played midweek. They went down to St. George City by 3-1. Their manager, Jimmy Van Wieren, makes 3 changes to the team. Importantly, some big ins. Number 2 is Noah Matthey. Number 3 is Tyler Williams. Richard Nkomo is back in the team. Their top goal scorer, Thiago Quintal, wears number 10. In number 11, fresh off scoring midweek, Marin France. Jared Middleton is in number 14. Ayuk Mo in 17. Matthew Scarcella in 18. Big in, he's wearing the armband and the number 19, Mitch Glasson. Wataru Kamijo is also another inclusion. In between the sticks, Mason Hartnick. Sydney FC going to get us underway in their iconic sky blue, and APIA in their equally iconic maroon and blue shorts as well. They'll be running from left to right, but it's going to be Sydney FC and the returning man, Mitch Glasson, to get us underway, running from right to left on your screen. Jake Rose is our referee. The heavens have given Sydney a break, as it has been absolutely hammering down. But good thing we're playing on synthetic grass and not one of the various waterlogged swamps on grass across New South Wales. It's going to be Sydney FC to get us underway in sky blue, kicking from right to left on your screen, desperate for a win. As I said, they are equal with the Sutherland Sharks. Only goal difference keeping them out today, but if they were to lose by 2 or more goals, they would be in 15th, which of course is promotion and relegation playoff. Nowhere you want to be if you're in the top tier of NPL. Is Temba Moatomala, the ex-Sydney FC man, with the interception, and Sydney get us underway. Kambayashi looks to go long. APIA make the one change from that emphatic 6-0 win over the league leaders, Western Sydney. No Jordan Segredo, but a very handy replacement. And one of last year's players of the season, Jack Armson, returns to the first team. There was an ex-Sydney FC Academy player who made the headlines last week for APIA, Ben Gibson, scoring a hat-trick, and he's proving to be one of the signings of the season as APIA go long down that left-hand side. Gone long a couple times early. Nice positive start by Franco Parisi's men. Lovely little 1-2 down this left-hand side, and they float it to the back post, and Nkomo doesn't head it away clearly, but now they send that one high and as far away as possible, and it's Simon's hit. Never really got over that one. First shot of the game for the veteran. I want to talk about a statement. It doesn't get any bigger than APIA last week. 6-0 winners over Western Sydney. Of course, Wanderers were missing a couple of players who were on A-League men's duty the night before, but still an emphatic win, because we've seen Wanderers beat good teams without their A-League stars, but it was APIA who made the statement, and they're looking to follow that up by beating the Wanderers' sky blue neighbours, and it's Jack Stewart, one of their stars, going up against Nkomo. Isn't short for Saya Kambayashi, the ex-Manly man. Another great signing from APIA and their manager, Franco Parisi. It's Kambayashi looking to cut now as he's made that overlapping run, and here is Mitch Glasson. Only the 5 appearances for the NPL team. That's because he's been on A-League men's duty, but here he is trying to help his team get off the foot of the ladder and get a bit of daylight between them and the relegation zone. Jack Stewart mops up there. Zanis, the goalkeeper. Not only was the 6 goals impressive, but the clean sheet as well, because we've seen Western Sydney absolutely steamroll teams this season. But APIA flexing their muscles at both ends of the field, and flag stays down. No, it does not. Talking about those signings that APIA and their manager Franco Parisi made another one, an ex-Bull Edward Caspers. I got to call a game where he scored one of the most underrated goals of the season. Here are APIA on the ball once again. It's Jack Stewart. He can hit them from anywhere, but Nkomo dives in there. That's going to be a battle. It's still with APIA. Dancing on the edge of the box. Sydney had to be careful there, and they were. Dealing with this early wave from the champions. Armson tried to dive in there. This is a lovely run from Marin France. It's dangerous on the edge of his box. Live by the sword, die by the sword by the youngster, but he's dispossessed by Jack Stewart. Dancing and weaving down that left-hand side. Oh, and it's Jack Armson. It was a key interception because Jack Armson, who's back into the starting team, nearly got back on the score sheet as well. Lovely football by Rory Jordan. And Rory Jordan gets the round of applause. It was lovely from Marin France, showing off those silky feet that he had, but his manager would have wanted him to just get rid of it a little bit. So now into the back post of Sydney FC, and no one there in maroon. It's only sky blue. Still a chance here for APIA, though. Made an electrifying start, kicking off where they left off last week in Blacktown, steamrolling Western Sydney. But here come the Sky Blues, who, as I said before, it's a cliche, but they live by the sword and die by the sword. And Nkomo's made the overlapping run. Wood Caspers is getting back there to prevent the cross, but he can't, and it floated to the back post, and it was Ayuk Mao who was waiting there. And here's Taro Kamijo. He's knocking on the door of an A-League men's debut as well. He was an unused sub back in October. Lovely ball. A little bit of space down this right-hand side for the home team, but APIA just send that one to safety. And Ben Gibson copped a little tug of the shirt. And he wasn't happy about it, and it's the delayed whistle from Jake Rose. Ben Gibson, of course, was a Sydney FC Academy player, and they tried to go short. The referee wasn't having a bar of it. As I was saying, Ben Gibson, an ex-Sydney FC Academy player, scored in a 4-0 win for Sydney FC against APIA, scored a double. So I wonder if that forced APIA's hand and made them give him an offer he couldn't refuse, because now he calls Sydney's inner west home, and what a signing he's been, as has that man and this man. Two of the new signings linking up. It's Caspers. Lovely feet from the ex-Bull. Plays it short for his right back. This is beautiful football on the edge of the blocks by Sydney. Well mopped up there by Ayuk Mao, who continued his run. He wanted the pass back, but it was well intercepted there by Josh Simmons. APIA look to go down that left-hand side once again. Great press from Franco Parisi's men. And it's Rory Jordan who's had a good start to this game, and he looked to thread the needle, but picked up on that AstroTurf, and it went out for a goal kick. Great start to this game. Both teams playing good attacking football so far. Sydney FC nearly to their own detriment, though. Marin France dancing on the edge of his own defensive box, got dispossessed, and after some lovely football, Jack Armson's shot was deflected out for a corner. That's been our best chance of the game so far. I don't like to make predictions, but I think there's a couple certainties. There's going to be more rain in Sydney tonight, and there's going to be some goals in this game. Sydney FC just struggling to get a hold of the ball here, and hounded down by the maroon and blue press. Kambayashi's been busy early, and that was good work from Sydney FC's captain, Mitch Glasson. Jimmy Van Wieren will be thrilled to have him back in the starting team. As I said, only a small sample size, just the 5 games, but effective when he's played with the 2 goals, and we're going to need some more if they're going to stay up in the top flight of New South Wales NPL football. Now, Scarcella. Sydney FC go coast to coast, but so far, APIA discipline just sitting back there, waiting for Sydney FC to progress, and they have. There's a bit of space on the right-hand side. Decides to go himself there, and it was blocked, but it's still with Sydney FC, but that's a big interception by Rory Jordan getting back there. Just the pass a little bit wayward for Jack Stewart, who won't have fond memories of this field in 2023. He was sent off here against the St. George Saints in a wild game where Sydney FC came back from 2 goals down with a man down as well. A Nick Sullivan screamer rescuing a point for the defending champions then, and we've seen APIA score some absolute rockets. I'll tell you what, the goal of the season could be all APIA. With some of the screamers that they've scored in 2024. Jordan Segredo, who's not playing today, scored an absolute worldie. Half-volley Trivella against Sutherland. Jack Stewart, of course, with that rocket at Leichhardt Oval against Sydney Olympic. And then that Sully screamer in injury time to rescue a point right here. But APIA will be looking for much more, and they've certainly made a good start. Western Sydney losing for the 2nd straight week. They were 3-0 down against Sydney United. They managed to pull it back to 3-2, but Sydney United hold on. And that will go out for an APIA corner. As I was saying, Sydney United holding on for a big result, because that means that with a win here, APIA could go within 2 points of first place. It's going to be Jack Armstrong to take the corner. Plenty of tall timber in the box for both teams. Jack Stewart's one of them. Temba Muatamalo's lurking at the back post. They float it in the direction of Muatamalo, and it's Richard Nkoma who just sends that one away. And it must have taken a touch off APIA's centre back last, because it's a Sydney FC goal kick. And Hartnig gets us going short. It doesn't matter who's the goalkeeper, Adam Pavlicic or Hartnig. Like to play out from the back. Marin France, lovely feet from Sydney FC's number 11. Little tug of the shirt there from Adrian Okino. Tiago Quintal, the referee plays the advantage. Lovely touch from Ayuk Mel. Cuts in, and well defended once again from APIA, but the ball's still with the home team. Okino. And the referee pulls it back for an earlier foul. The FC starting to grow into this game a little bit. Talking about that run of 7 games without a win for Sydney FC. Only 1 draw in there. That was a 0-0. It's a lovely ball over the top. It's Shawnee Simons back there, and he might have won his team with another corner. Yes, he has. Couple set pieces early for APIA. Jack Armstrong's going to get another chance. His last corner from this position was a beauty. Going to be Armstrong to take the corner once again. Tamalo lurking on the edge of the box once again. Will it go in his direction? Jack Stewart's also there at the front post. It goes. It was Josh Simons who jumped up, and the veteran doesn't score too many. Just a little bit too high for him. Sydney goes short once again to Nkoma. This time they send it long. Lovely touch. The Sydney FC team will play football no matter what. Sometimes, like you see then, it can hurt them. Now it's Caspers. APIA happy to be patient and just turn the screws slowly in this game. It's Seiya Kambayashi. He's had a lively start down this right-hand side. He cuts in and plays Ukino. Lovely one touch. Cross over the top there for Rory Jordan. This is beautiful football. And it's out for an APIA corner. That was beautiful from APIA's captain there. The touch of a veteran. Laid the beautiful ball over the top for Rory Jordan. And Hartnett had to stand tall there at his front post and sends it out for another APIA corner. This time APIA play it short. And they float it into the back post. It's another good ball and shouts of a back pass, but I don't think so. It just took a very fortuitous bounce for Hartnett. He shows off his short game there, playing it short once again via his arm. Fortuitous bounce there, and lovely football. Warning shot. And Sydney FC getting caught on the ball a couple times, but they get a let off there. Apia's best 2 moments of the game. One, a very early chance for Jack Armson, who was the only change made by Franco Parisi, and he nearly found himself onto the score sheet straight away, if not for a key deflection that saw it out for a corner. And then Rory Jordan, after some lovely build-up play, going from sideline to sideline and started down the right. Beautiful ball over the top from Adrian Aquino, nearly unlocked Rory Jordan. Just joining us now, the score is still Sydney FC 0, APIA Leichhardt 0. Good start by the visitors. Sydney FC showing signs on the ball, but a couple of times nearly getting themselves into trouble. Momentum after some shocking results. One on the opening day of the season, that 6-3 loss to Blacktown. It looks like they got that out of their system, and then came a 5-1 loss to Sydney United, but they bounced back brilliantly last week, putting Western Sydney to the sword, and they're looking to do the same to Sydney FC. All across goal, and Hartnett a full stretch, he couldn't keep it out, and it's tapped in by Jack Armson. APIA rewarded for their good start, and he's back into the starting team and back on the score sheet. Jack Armson. It's APIA 1, Sydney FC 0, and you have to say the champions deserve it. They are flexing their muscles here at Rockdale. Beautiful football down the right-hand side. Hartnett was a full stretch. He could only deflect it into the path of Jack Armson, who tucks it in, and APIA lead by 1-0 to 0. You have to say they deserve it. Let's see how Sydney FC respond. They're going to start it straight away, looking to go long from Aaron France. He's looked lively, but Yashi intercepts there into the path of Sarchella, who plays sporting an undershirt. Nice tug of the jersey there, earns his team a free kick as they get us started straight away, looking for Aiden now. Too much on that one. Zanis, who hasn't had too much to do. Still well up his feet there. Go long, kick for Gibson. One-touch football, and this is in Como. It's a good ball, and it's over the head of Simmons, and it's blasted over the bar. And Sydney FC's first real chance nearly led to a goal. It was a perfect ball from Richard and Como. Sydney FC nearly hit back straight away. Josh Simmons was a full stretch. There was nothing he could do about it, though, as it went over his head agonisingly. Sydney FC with their first chance of the game, nearly equalised straight away. We have a game here at Rockdale. Thankfully, no rain as well, which is contributing to the good football that we're seeing. And releasing Como again. It's Marin France. Shoulder to shoulder with Saya Kambiyashi. Flag goes up for offside. Saya Kambiyashi. Marin France scored last week. He was probably Sydney FC's best player a couple of games ago. against Sydney United. Lovely ball looking for Caspers. On the edge of the box, he plays Gibson, the man in form against his former club. It's Rory Jordan, plays it across goal. It wouldn't have mattered anyway because the flag has gone off. So it's gone. Sydney FC playing short once again. It's good press by Gibson. You know these players well coming up against his former team. Corridor of APIA players then. Nice response though from the home team after conceding. They nearly equalised straight away. Richard and Como, beautiful ball down the left hand side. Gave Josh Simmons a haircut. There's nothing he could do at full stretch, and FC very nearly equalised, but then APIA went up the other end as well, and Jordan is offside as we've got a heavy challenge here, and our first yellow card, which goes to Ben Gibson. Zealous against his former team. Jake Rose dust off that card book. Probably a little bit of water as well, and dishes out the first yellow card of the game. More space down this right hand side for Sydney FC to drive it. Matthew. This is short for Ayuk now. Sydney FC dispossessed once again. Gibson goes from... Oh! And apologies for my voice tapping out then, but that would have been outrageous. And we've seen a couple absolute screamers here. Mitch Malia scoring a goal from a similar distance, but that would have been incredible because Hartnett was off his line and for a split second from my ankle. Like Ben Gibson had caught him, but Sydney FC getting caught in possession once again. And pass intercepted. That's been a theme in this first half. His press wasn't Sydney FC troubles, but stopped Sydney FC from playing their style of football. And it's Glasson unable to bring in the pass from France, and send this one high and far. And be careful there with the bouncy ball in this weather. Gibson was breathing down his neck. Space for Ayuk now down that right hand side, but it was intercepted. APIA looked to break now. Jack Armstrong looks up and he's got the opposite Jack Stewart making the run, but it was intercepted. Looking up with man France, and France going up against Kambayashi. As I said, that's been a great battle. Como whips in another ball, and it's another good one. There, heading in for Caspers, but Jordan gives the ball away, and it's a chance for Sydney to mount a little bit of pressure now. Pass, and Jack Stewart mops it up. Looks up, he's got options to his left. He decides to go himself. Breeze past Scarcella. Plays it for Rory Jordan, the ex-Newcastle Jet. Good start to this first half, as have visitors who lead by 1-0. Jack Armson back into the starting team and back on the score sheet for the defending champions. Stewart intercepted. Now Sydney look to go long. A bit too much on that ball. As a veteran, was in full stretch there, hunting it down, but pull up a little bit short because that ball was always going out. APIA to get us back underway with the throw. Jack Armstrong's goal is the difference so far, but Sydney FC have showed that they can hit back in an instant. It was that man, Richard and Como's cross, that really led to an equaliser. Middleton has to be picked there, and he was, because the goal scorer is hounding him down, and it's Jordan who dispossesses Middleton, and APIA can break once again. They just take the steam out and control the game. It's Guatemala. Sky Blue very well, spent some time at Sydney FC. One of the mainstays in this APIA team. Marlowe looking to go long for Armson. Kambiashi benches forward. It falls now to Adrian Aquino. The kings of APIA Leichhardt Football Club, Adrian Aquino. Caspers getting in there and dispossessing Sydney FC. Lovely one-touch football from the champions. And it falls now to Ben Gibson against his former club. And he has been automatic in 2024. Ben Gibson scores once again. The ex-Sydney FC player with a killer blow against his former club. And the champions go 2-0 up. Lovely football. And with the form that he's in 2024, when Ben Gibson was one-on-one with the goalkeeper, it was Buonanotte. APIA lead by 2 goals to 0. Ben Gibson doubles APIA's advantage. Give him a chance like that, and he will punish you, Ben. Speaking about his time at Sydney FC when he scored a double against APIA. He now returns the favour. Scoring for APIA against his former club as Casper's down the left-hand side. Can APIA go? Bang, bang. Not for now because Hartney has enough to just get that one away. Man, thanks. That's been a good battle between him and Seiya Kambiashi. Right to Marlowe. Rounded down by Gibson. Inch class indeed. Gibson on my brain. Popping up everywhere. Follows up his hat-trick. Goal number 10 for the season for APIA's number 9 in the league. Talking about phrase I've said a lot so far tonight, the signing of the season. He is probably the standout candidate so far in New South Wales. Against Taylor White, that is a youngster versus a vet matchup. Experience beyond his years. Featured a number of times for Sydney FC's A-League men's team, also the captain, Australia's under-17s. It's going to be a good battle, him against the ex-Sydney FC men. White Tamalo is APIA now look to make it 3-0. They very nearly did. It was Rory Jordan. Beautiful football once again, this time down the left-hand side. And it was Sean Simmons who really provided the assist for his left winger. Sydney FC under the pump because APIA really starting to turn the screws here at Rockdale. 6-0 winners last week. Not letting their foot off the gas here at Rockdale. Sydney FC playing themselves into trouble once again. It's Ben Gibson for his second. Hartney gets down low, makes the save, but then it's tapped in brilliantly by Rory Jordan. And APIA are on fire here at Rockdale. They lead by 3 goals to 0. You got a collector's item. Ben Gibson not scoring from a one-on-one. Then the ricochet fell perfectly into the path of Rory Jordan, who guides it in, and there was nothing Sydney FC could do about it. That is 3 goals to 0.
Do not drop our standards.
APIA Leichhardt Football Club, as Tenen Waitamalo shouts out, do not drop our standards. Giving you a little insight that APIA will not be letting their foot off the gas. APIA went 1-0 up, and Sydney FC almost hit back straight away, but the second they made it 2-0, they've just kicked into another gear. Sydney FC have been putting themselves into trouble with. They were just overzealous in possession at the back. Sydney FC play good football, but as I've said, live by the sword and die by the sword. Aaron France, lovely feet, he got around Tenen Waitamalo momentarily. Lassen looks to play Scarcella, who earns his team a free kick. Good position for Sydney FC. second goal. And Ben Gibson, it has been all APIA. Chance now. Sydney FC just to get back into the game and get a little bit of momentum as well. It's Quintal. NFC's top goal scorer in the NPL this season. The number 10 stands over the ball. Moves it into the back post and it's over everyone. And just to sit up. And now eventually go out for an APIA throw. Jack Armson got it started for the defending champions. Back into the starting team and into the score sheet as well. And then it was an arm wrestle between these two teams. Sydney FC had their best chance in the game, and that's what it looked like. The Sky Blues getting back into the game. Ben Gibson against two of the teams scored goal number 10 of the season. He really started to turn the screws. Ben Gibson was denied by Hartney. The ricochet fell to Rory Jordan. He made it 3. Sydney FC staring down the barrel, potentially dropping into second last position in the New South Wales NPL, which would mean promotion, relegation, playoff. Two players getting ready. It's coming for Sydney FC. Making double substitution in the first half as he tries to change something in this game. Rain begins to pour as well. Been blessed so far in the first 20 or so minutes. Standing next to the scoreboard, so I can't see it. Blessed. Good weather up until now. Sydney FC are going to make a double change. It'll be Utaru Kamijo and Matthew Scarcella coming off. Making first half double change with his side down by 3 goals to 0. Reminds me of his demolition of the Sutherland Sharks early in the season where they won 7-0. It wasn't that Sutherland had played bad. Goalie, just like today, the Sky Blues haven't played goalies, just turning the screws. They have been relentless, particularly after going 2-0 down. This man has had his say as he has had throughout 2024. The rain really begins to come down here in Rockdale. Positive attacking football, possession-based, but sometimes have been their own worst enemies. APIA's press has been relentless. Forcing Sydney FC into making errors, and then you've got firepower all over the pitch like APIA do. You do not want to give them chances. They'll get dispatched like that man who just passed the ball did. Jack Armson. Rain really starting to bucket down. I hope wherever you're watching, warm and undercover. Last game of round 13 in the New South Wales NPL. Now she plays it out to Gibson. Ventured to the right, seems to have swapped with Jack Stewart. It was lovely football if he can bring it down. Yes, he can, still with Ben Gibson, and Como gets back there. Ball's now with Edward Caspers, who drills it in, and APIA lead by 4 goals to 0. As the rain begins to bucket down, rain, hail or shine, it doesn't matter because the champions are turning the screws here at Rockdale. Edward Caspers gets his 3rd goal of the season. Lovely build-up play down the right-hand side once again, and there's nothing Sydney FC can do to stop the champions, who are flexing their muscles here at Rockdale. 6-0 winners. Last week, 4-0 up in the first half here. Any worries that APIA fans had after heavy defeats to Blacktown and also Sydney United, those have been cast away Back-to-back, absolutely. It's not unless Sydney FC can produce something. Mount Everest seemed like a boulder. Sydney FC can come back and salvage something from this game. Manager's already made a double change, and a pass like that could be a way into the game for Sydney FC. There's Jack Armstrong who wins the board. He's looking to play it through for Gibson. Interception there, otherwise Ben Gibson was in. Against Richard. The youngster stood tall. FC still looking to play here. These guys won't drop their heads. Their style of football, no matter the score. Gold standard. NPL in the last season. Looking to be the gold standard once again. Lovely football from Ben Gibson. Thought he was wrestled down illegally. It looked like he was. The legs of Jared Middleton. Four goals from four different goal scorers. So far, and it's away once again. It's Jack Stewart growing into this game. He'd be hungry to get in on the act as well. No signs of APIA letting their foot off the gas so far. Third game in 9 days. Football was going thick and fast. This game was meant to be played last night in Lambert Park, but invasion's still underway at Lambert. If you head over to APIA's social media pages, you can see that the ground looks lush. You need to eat a piece of lasagna off the new AstroTurf that they've laid at Lambert, which I'm hearing is nearly ready for football to be played on there. So this fixture is reversed. Change from Saturday to Sunday. Those APIA fans that have made it up 25-minute drive from Leichhardt to Rockdale in for a treat. I'm sure one of them is John Long. Super fan. The rest of the game is Wollongong, Western Sydney, Rockdale, it doesn't matter, he'll be there. Loving what he's seeing from his team at the moment because lead by 4 goals to nil. Picking up where they left off last week. Quintal. Potentially there. Blocking the crosses. APIA look to break once again. It's Rory Jordan's been fantastic in this first half. Gets it onto his right foot. Hartnick makes the save. And then it's tapped in by Ben Gibson. APIA have 5. Hartnick made the initial save, but there was nothing he could do about the follow-up. It fell into the path of Ben Gibson, who has a double against his former team, and APIA Leichhardt lead Sydney FC by 5 goals to 0. FC still playing positive football here despite the scoreline and the miserable weather. The ball run to the back post here. It's Thiago Quintal going up against Seiya Kambayashi, but Kambayashi did it last. CFC's number 10 unable to get shot away. Kambayashi's limped off the far corner of your screen there. Let's hope the ex-handling man's okay because it's been a good battle down his right-hand side, and so far looks like the rest of the his team. He has been rock solid, and APIA plays the chance to have a drink, and if you're just joining us now, give me the chance to give you guys a quick recap. APIA have been dominant. Jack Armstrong got it underway, and a little arm wrestle ensued after APIA went 1-0 up. Sydney FC had the chance to equalise, but then when APIA made it 2-0 thanks to the ex-Sydney FC man Ben Gibson, that is when they began to turn the screws, and they went into another gear, and it has been all the champions since. 2 goals to Ben Gibson, 1 Edward Caspers, Rory Jordan, and Jack Armson. APIA Leichhardt led to 1 of them, departed 6-0 last week. East West Manila reasserting themselves as the team to beat. A couple of defeats when there was a bit of chat about championship hangover, but Franco Parisi's men said arrivederci to that, and they are turning the screws here at Rockdale. Gibson once again looking for his hat-trick, back-to-back hat-tricks. Terrorise Western Sydney. Doing the same now to the east side of Sydney's former club, and it's intercepted by Simmons. Now is venturing forward. He looks to get amongst the goals. Since that 5-1 shocking loss to Sydney United, though, they have reasserted themselves as the team to beat. They bounced back with a 3-2 win over Rockdale, who will also be one of the championship challengers in 2024. 6-0 last week against, at that stage, only a week ago, the runaway leaders. New South Wales now 5-0 up the first half here against Sydney FC. 14 goals so far in the last 2.5 games. Simon, that's the education that I got paid off there. 14 goals in the last 2.5 games, and every chance there could be a few more here. There's a 5 on the bench. Luigi Picoya is super sub for them, particularly goal scorer in the Australia Cup. If and when Franco Parisi decides to make some changes, which he's going to do now. Dakota Askew coming on. No need to extend players, and a more than handy replacement with Dakota Askew, and a challenge there. Tendon Guatemala, who's ventured forward a couple of times, can pop up for a goal as well. Scored in their 7-0 rout of the Sutherland Sharks. Let's hope he's okay, because defenders, and he is the heart and soul of that back line. It looks to be okay. It's good news for APIA fans, and it's Stewart. Now a little bit of space. Off those fluorescent boots. Simmons floats it to the back post, and high and over the bar. Loving what he's seen so far, not letting their foot off the gas. picking up where they left off last week. And since that loss, Sydney United, which was well below APIA's standards, they have reasserted themselves as the team to beat in 2024, the defending champions. And they're looking for a sixth. Momentarily still hounded despite being 5 goals up. APIA not letting their foot off the gas. And that relentless press has been the theme of this first half. Jack Stewart will be keen to get amongst the goals. Dancing on the edge of the box, it goes down. Half appeal for a penalty, but the APIA players over there as they look to go long, and Quintana is breathing down Temba Muatamalo's neck. To be assured there, and he was. Keenan. Classy performance from APIA's captain. Gibson scored the double, but Wally Jordan has been pulling the strings and was rewarded with a goal. And he's been dynamite down that left side. Como goes long once again, and an extremely waterlogged AstroTurf. Too much to do in this first half. Fresh legs. Injured. First half, Sydney FC also they made a double change. Action benches early. Gibson looks to get around the Como, and he does. Too short for Jack Stewart, who cuts in on his left foot into a little bit of traffic, but it's still with Jack Stewart. Threads the needle. That was beautiful. And it's somehow ended up in the back of the net. I don't know if Rory Jordan knew too much about it. It was a fortuitous bounce and ricochet, but everything is going right for APIA at the moment, and it is 6. What about the ball, though, from Jack Stewart? Absolutely room service ball. It fell for Rory Jordan, who slipped. He mishit it. Even the mishits are going in for APIA at the moment, and that is Rory Jordan's second. He thoroughly deserves it. He deserves some luck as well. Jack Stewart. He's going to score screamers for the Turks provided then. APIA lead by 6 goals to 0. Dangerous ball. That is that. A 6-star performance from APIA, who have been sensational. The champions flexing their muscles, following up from their 6-0 win last week. They lead Sydney FC by 6 goals to 0. We'll be back after half time, so we're going to get a coffee, make sure it's an espresso. Go into the bathroom, make sure it's a double one. Back soon. Both teams make their way out for the second half. One word to describe that first half from APIA: clinic. Doubles from Ben Gibson and Rory Jordan, and a goal each. Edward Caspers and Jack Armson. Only sour note in that first half, if you're an APIA fan, is Saya Kambiyashi came off injured and was replaced by the man on the ball. Now Dakota Askew. Let's hope that it wasn't serious and cautionary. APIA have wrapped up the 3 points here. You would think. Ball now falls to Jack Stewart. He's got Rory Jordan ahead of him. He plays Rory Jordan, looking for his hat-trick, gets it onto his right foot. Now back for Jack Stewart. Can he get in on the act? He gets his shot away. Hartman managed to take the sting off it and then gobble it up on the second attempt. And once again, he has been sensational, as has this man. Gibson hat-trick last week. He scored in that win over Rockdale as well. Makes it 6 goals in his last 2.5 games. He is making the undeniable claim as the signing of the season. His teammate Jordan Segredo also has a claim to that as well, particularly after his start for the season as well. No Segredo, no worries for APIA. Very handy replacement coming into the team, Jack Armson, who got the party started for APIA. Caspers, such an underrated player. He was great for the Bulls last year. Ultimately, they went down to NPL League 1. APIA snapped him up. He's been a great addition to this APIA team. They look to defend their 2023 title. These last few games, particularly last week and this week, they have shown that they are still the team to beat. It's Rory Jordan now. To get the cross in. Unselfish option. And the NFC have made 3 changes. Kulisic came on at half-time. Jimmy Van Weeren making a double change early in the first half. And as I mentioned, before Dakota Askew coming on for Saya Kambiyashi. Since that loss to Sydney United, I don't want to be a conspiracy theorist, but APIA at their 70th anniversary gala, which I was there for, and it's definitely motivated the team. It was moving, particularly Franco Parisi's jersey retirement. They retired the number 10, and it's now thread through for Jack Stewart. Since that gala dinner, it's rejuvenated this team because they've been unbeaten. For a club as historic as APIA to retire the number 10, that just tells you what a baller Franco Parisi was. Be loving what he's seeing from his team. Dancing their way out of troubles. Casper's there brilliantly, and even in this heavy rain, Jack Stewart's fluorescent boots stick out. Stewart, one of the players not amongst the goals, but he'll be hungry to get on the score sheet. Napi will be looking for more. 6-0 last week. They also put Sutherland to the sword 7-0. Very similar game to this one. It's an absolutely ruthless performance from the champions. Mentioned that gala dinner. Anthony Albanese was in attendance that night as well. If that had anything to do with APIA's recent run. Since that gala dinner, they're undefeated. And they are breathing fire, even in the heavy rain here at Rockdale. APIA got plenty of firepower on that bench when Franco Parisi decides to use it. Kuta back on the bench as well, the king, as he's known, the futsal Roo. super sub for them, is also a cup specialist as well. Scored a hat-trick. That 19-1 win for APIA against Hazelbrook. Lost at Uchino now. And Gibson manages to get some space on his right foot. That was brilliant. And he nearly had back-to-back hat-tricks. With the mood that APIA's in, unless Franco Parisi decides to take Gibson on, I have a feeling he's going to have a couple more chances to bring up that hat-trick. Back-to-back hat-tricks will be for Ben Gibson. Hartney gets us back underway. Mel and Josh Simmons coming together there, and the referee does eventually call it back. Josh Simmons, him and Tambumbu Atabalo form one of the most rock-solid, experienced centre-back partnerships in the NPL, so that's good news that he's okay. Last thing up you would want for any injuries, particularly with the scoreline as it stands. The champions absolutely dominant, 6 goals up. From minute 1, they've been turning the screws, and the FC did work their way back into the game after going a goal down. They had a very good chance of a cross from Richard and Como, but once APIA made it 2, they said Bonanotte after that. They have been turning the screws. 6 goals despite, as I'm sure you can probably make out on your screens, the heavy downpour. Go quickly to Jack Stewart. Commentators dream with those fluorescent boots because he can stand out even in this rain, and he tried to shot through and nothing to test out there. He's been unable to prevent this avalanche from APIA. The way champions have come out for the second half as well, I have a feeling could be a couple more. APIA not letting their foot off the gas. Josh Simmons there, showing off his feet, and they thread the needle now for Gibson. Flag goes up. Didn't matter anyway because he put it wide, but I'm sure Ben will say, I saw the flag already, and that's why I put it out. Ominous signs though for Sydney FC that this second half could be as long as the first half that saw 6 goals scored. So the rain really does start to hammer down. Probably a good thing that the game got moved from Lambert Park, because this weather wouldn't be fitting of a grand reopening of Lambert. Sydney FC with a chance to break, and Kino there with the tackle. He thought he got the ball, preventing the Sydney FC counter-attack there. Referee disagreed, and Adrian Kino joins Ben Gibson in our referee's book. This weather would probably take out a bit of the sting from that AstroTurf. It is coming down hard. Rockdale into Wet and Wild. See, look to go short. The referee says, hang on a second, boys, on my call. Was Mitch Bassett standing over the ball, but trots now the peloton of players will converge on the edge of the box. It's going to be Thiago Quintal. Quintal to take the free kick. Plays it short. Edge of the box. Nice little routine this from Sydney FC. Falls back to Quintal. Floats it to the back post, but nobody home for Sydney FC, and it goes out for a goal kick. Give you an idea of how heavy the rain is. Kino there had to be assured, and he was. 2 Sydney FC players hounding him down. Kino's been around the block a few times. That calmness from the veteran there. Too many players who bleed maroon and blue more than APIA skipper Adrian Kino. Arlo venturing forward. Bit of a sloppy pass there. the centre-back might have lost his attacking licence after that little foray forward as the rain is heaving down. Hasn't dampened the attacking football from APIA at all. They have been relentless. Give you an idea of how heavy the rain is. Myself and my cameraman, we're underneath some scaffolding, which is constructed like Swiss cheese. There's holes all over the scaffolding, and we are getting drenched as well. We feel the players' pain. But heavy downpour hasn't stopped APIA at all. They are 6 goals to the good. This win will move them 2 points behind first place Western Sydney, who lost earlier today. Scored a double against APIA. These two teams met last season. Now calls the Inner West of Sydney home. He scored a double against his former club. These two teams met twice last season. 2 lopsided results. They split them 1 each. NSW winning 4-0. And then when they met later in the season, APIA returned the favour with a 3-0 win, and neutrals that were hoping for something in the middle, something a little more even, disappointed. APIA fans, like their super fan John Wong, who has braved the terrible weather to be sitting in the stands, loving what they're seeing so far. In the last few weeks as well, that big win against fellow title rivals Rockdale, emphatic 6-star performances against Western Sydney and Sydney FC. Lovely ball over the top, looking for Simmons, who plays it back across goal. And Ben Gibson, the ball was behind him. If it was maybe 10 centimetres in front of him, he would have had a hat-trick. APIA not letting their foot off the gas. It's Ben Gibson's quest for back-to-back hat-tricks. We'll have to wait a little bit longer. Simmons. Beautiful ball there. It's just a little bit behind Ben Gibson, who will wait for that hat-trick. Jack Stewart. Sydney FC looking to counter now. They've got Ayuk Mao pouring forward, and it will fall to him. He's got nobody in the box. Ayuk Mao, a little bit of a heavy touch, has made the angle just a little bit too acute. But managed to get Simmons tangled up, and Ayuk Mao was in. That touch just took the angle away a little bit as APIA and Sydney FC pardon, just Sydney FC getting ready to make their 4th change, and that chance there from Ayuk Mao will be his last action of this game. Sydney FC making change number 4. The best chance probably since the game was 1-0 there. It fell to Ayuk Mao. He makes way for Joseph Lacey. Apologies if you're picking up some rattling on my microphone. I'm getting drenched. Trying to keep the water out of my eyes. Dakota Askew. That injury to Saya can be actually the only thing that has gone wrong for the visitors so far. Let's hope it's not a serious one. Now, Josh Simmons. His brother venturing forward, but he decides to play a short ball for Rory Jordan. happy Orthodox Easter to all Orthodox NPL fans. I hope you guys had a blessed Easter with lots of food, pork on the spit, and all that beautiful stuff as well. And I hope, most importantly, you guys are nice and warm. You APIA fans watching this at home, like APIA super fans Christian and Max, father-son duo, absolutely loving what they're seeing. Shout out to those who bleed maroon and blue. They would be loving what they're seeing, as would everyone associated with the defending champions. Dakota Askew bursts forward. He's got Gibson ahead of him. Flag goes up. Gibson's weight. Or a hat trick continues. Rory Jordan at the back post as well, both of them with 2 goals so far, but just mistimed his run ever so slightly. Burst forward there from Dakota Askew. It's possessed there once again. It's Edward Casper's mopping up like he's done all game. The ball now falls to Rory Jordan, and he brings up his hat trick. And APIA have 7, and Rory Jordan has been fantastic all night, and he gets the cherry on top. He brings up his hat trick after Edward Caspers did brilliantly to win the ball. The pass sat up perfectly. Hartney threw a leg out, but there was nothing he could do to stop Rory Jordan scoring a hat trick and APIA scoring their 7th goal. No signs of the champions letting their foot off the gas. And the former Newcastle Jet having a breakout performance so far. He has been sensational. Flag goes up and nothing going Sydney FC's way. Everything going the way of the champions, but luck has nothing to do with it. They have created everything, pressing from the front, winning the ball. In midfield, a pack of pit bulls like they always are. Caspers, Ukino, Jack Armson, winning possession, forcing errors, and ultimately putting Sydney FC to the sword. Referee wishes to have another yellow card. Great performance so far from Jake Rose. The KPI of a good referee performance. I haven't seen too much of it. Rory Jordan and Gibson will get the praise today. 5 goals between them, but Edward Caspers, the former MacArthur Ball, has been fantastic, mopping everything up in midfield. He has been an absolute pit bull. To give a comparison to an Italian footballer, he's been Gennaro Gattuso in that midfield. A bit of space down this right-hand side. Keno getting back there and defending. Repelling that wave from Sydney FC, who had too many chances at all, really. They had that one when they were 1-0 down. Ayuk now had a chance, half chance from a very acute angle, one of the rare mistakes that APIA made, but it has been an absolute masterclass from the master Franco Parisi's team as APIA look to make a double change. He's going to be King Kuta coming on. Nicholas Azore as well. It's ready to go to come on for Franco Parisi's team. Simmons. Matamalo. Can thread the needle Jack Armson there, but well intercepted by Sydney FC. This game is going to be a real harsh learning curve for some of these youngsters, some of these future stars of our game. Getting put to the sword by the champions. Gibson looking to thread the needle. Casper's once again intercepting, like he's done all game. Stewart looks to play Dakota Askew, but Como gets back there and intercepts. NFC just send that one high and far, but they're not letting their foot off the gas at all. And they might be in again. It's Edward Caspers who already has one. Plays in, flashes it across goal and trickles out for a goal kick as now APIA get the chance to make that double change. It's going to be Josh Simmons making way. Rock solid once again from APIA's number 4. Because Azorne replacing him. Captain Adrian Okino coming off the king, Michael Kuta. Double change from APIA. Okino and Simmons, 2 of the veterans, getting an early mark. And Adzorne and Kuta coming on as Sydney FC venture forward. Sky blue jerseys pouring forward, and it falls back to Marin France, but the referee blows a free kick. Long ball, looking for the fresh legs of King Kuta. Unable to bring the ball down then. So King Tal walking up. King Tal, bit of a miss hit, but it nearly ended up Sydney's favourite, went in the direction of Marin France, but Dakota Askew managed to get his head on that one. The FC go in search of that goal. They're not going to drop their heads, these youngsters. Edward Caspers continues his shift in the middle there, and his team a free kick. Don't let the scoreline fool you. You're going to be seeing a lot of these Sydney FC youngsters on your TV screen as well. Quite a few of them. Mitch Glasson being one. Been called up for A-League men's duty on a number of occasions. Tiago Quintal recently signed his first professional contract. There is Quintal. Lovely ball. Marin France, who has a little bit of space. He can drive against Dakota Askew. Still with Marin France. Spazanis getting down there, and he had to be assured because there was 2 Sydney FC players ready to tap in any rebound, but Spazanis, who hasn't had too much to do, was assured. He maintains his clean sheet. A little backheel there from Lacey. Switch for Richard and Como. Seeing what he can do with the ball at his feet. Sydney FC's left back. Nearly the provider of an equaliser, and how different the game could have been if they got that equaliser. Since then, in one-way traffic. Great ball floated in. Guatemala was at full stretch. Did he get a push in the back? Yes, he did, says the referee. Zanis to get us back underway. Plays it short. Sean Simmons. His brother recently just got an early mark, one of 2 substitutions by Franco Parisi. 20 or so minutes to go here at Rockdale, and thankfully the rain has subsided a little bit. Now it's 7-0. You know, Jack Stewart will want a goal. Yet to get in on the act. The ex-Mount Druitt men made the move from Mount Druitt at the start of 2023. He's become one of APIA's favourite sons. Wayward pass though from Edward Caspers, and they in the direction of Marin France, and maybe just to be a little bit more selfish there. Part of that was for Lacey. Rare error from Edward Caspers, but APIA with the hit straight back. It's Kuta. He's fresh legs and he drives forward. Throws a couple step overs the futsal route. Cross through. Lacey hounded down by Simmons. Caspers opens up and finds Dakota Askew. Is it back to Caspers? Already has one goal today. Lovely ball for Kuta. Told to take a touch. He does. It's a good one too, but the ball was at an awkward height. It's bouncing. Rory Jordan was there looking for number 4. He can't get it through the sea of sky blue. And now Sydney FC look to counter. Hinta. Lovely switch from Como. Has space to drive, and he does. Interception there for Rory Jordan, who's done it all today. His hat trick, I tell you what, whoever does the 3-2-1, I don't envy you, because there's so many candidates for man of the match for APIA. I'm feeling it could be Rory Jordan though. His hat trick has stolen the show here. A perfect performance from APIA, following up on that 6-0 win against Sydney FC. They've done one better so far. There's still 15 or so minutes to go. They look to make another double change, so they'll now make change number 4 and 5. It's going to be Alex Denmead and Luigi Di Troia coming on. Alex Denmead scored off the bench last week. To do the same once again. He'll replace Jack Stewart, and Jack Armson coming off as well. So Armson and Stewart off. Di Troia and Denmead on for APIA, who've now used all 5 changes. No more early showers for any of these guys on the field. Not that they'd want one. Jack Stewart goes goalless in this game, but still as influential as ever down that right-hand side. All about Rory Jordan and Ben Gibson. Jordan's hat-trick. Ben Gibson against his former club with the double. Chance to add to them as well. Still about 15 or so minutes to go for APIA. We've led 6-0 at half-time. Another dominant display from the champions. And another harsh lesson learnt by Sydney FC, who went down 8-0 to Blacktown. They had players missing. Champions Cup under-19s tournament. The under-20s playing after this match, and a lot of these Sydney FC players have bounced around, not just 20s in first grade, but 18s as well. Calling them youthful is an understatement. They'll definitely be back, but tonight is all about the defending champions. So look to add an 8th. It's Kuta. Shoulder to shoulder there. For a second, maybe there was a chance. Could have gone down and won the penalty, but fair challenge there from Matthew. Ball now falls to Denmead. He thought he was brought down illegally. Our referee disagrees. EFC still venturing forward, looking for something tangible to take out of this game. Plenty of football to be played in 2024, but this result will mean that the Sutherland Sharks, lovely ball, it's Luigi Di Troia, gobbled up by Hart. Nick flag went up anyway, but this is the last game of round 13 in the New South Wales NPL, 30-game season. So the FC, though, will drop to 15th on goal difference. And Jordan looking for number 4. Get his shot away, that ball falls back to him. APIA not letting their foot up the gas and all, and it flashes over the bar. Zalzone, who's spent some time playing at the back, but venturing forward there and getting APIA's 8th. Here is Zalzone once again. Short. Whoop. Bit of a slip. Lovely feet there. Great recovery from Simmons. Lays it to Kuda. Zornes slotted into that Adrian Aquino role. He looks a little bit like him as well. Kuda. Lays it back to Azzone. It's now Gibson. Lays it back for Kuda, and it flashes over the crossbar. Kuda looked lively down that left-hand side. APIA not letting their foot off the gas at all. And I believe it's taken a little touch because it's gone out for the corner. Corner to be taken on that far side. Floated into the near post. Shouts of a handball. It was Di Troia's shot. No, says our referee. Hartney gets us back underway quickly. Sydney FC playing short no matter what. So far, Glasson, who's had to feed off scrap so far in this game, has been locked up by APIA's veteran backline, and been a theme for all Sky Blue attackers so far, just having to feed off scraps thanks to this APIA clinic here at Rockdale. And the rain has stopped. Great news for me as well. I was getting drenched. Switch it out wide for Matthew. A little bit of space for him to get a cross in. Floated into the back post. Big shout of keeper, and Bazanis hasn't had too much to do, but everything he's been asked to do, he has done perfectly. Big Haas replacing Ivan Nichevsky, 2023's New South Wales NPL goalkeeper of the year, but so far in 24 it's been a seamless transition in between the sticks for APIA. That's order. Jaspers gets a little clip on the heel. No, says our referee. They play it back. Here's a chance for Sydney FC, and they do get their goal. Sydney FC pounce on a rare error from APIA, and they have something tangible to take out of this game. It is APIA 7, Sydney FC 1. You have to give it to Sydney FC. They haven't dropped their heads. trying to play their brand of football no matter what, which is positive, possession-based, attacking football. And it looked like Edward Casper's maybe got a little clip. It sounded like it anyway, but maybe he just had a little clash of his boots, and Sydney FC are on the board. Mitch Glasson, who I said had been feeding off scraps in this game, makes the most of the first chance that he's gotten. Buries it for his third of the season, and you're going to be seeing more of Mitch Glasson, particularly when the A-League men's season ends. He's been a regular off the bench for the Sky Blues. Makes the most of his opportunity there, and Sydney's skipper gives them something. Feet. Put in on the act last week, scoring the 6th goal in that game against Western Sydney, and I'm sure that goal on Glasson will anger Franco Parisi and that entire APIA backward as well, because they would have wanted that clean sheet, back-to-back clean sheets. It would have been lovely ball from Kuda, threads the needle for Rory Jordan, gets back in on his right foot, squares it, edge of the box. It's with Denmead. Lovely defending though. And the ball falls back for Adzorne. That was a beautiful ball from Kuda. Gibson, he's looking for his hat-trick. Able to get through a sea of Sky Blue there as his former team Sydney FC with a chance to counter. Heavy tackle. It was Adzorne. Sydney FC get ready to make their last change. It'll be Tiago Quintal coming off. Coming on in number 33 is Mateus McAllister. Both teams used up all their subs. Sydney FC do have their goal. Something to take out of this game. No clean sheet for APIA. They lead by 7 goals to 1. Looking ahead to round 14, they play Hills. Saturday night. Landon Stadium, which we're looking to get rid of the ghost of that round 1 trip to Landon Stadium when they were battered 6-3 by Blacktown. Lovely by Rory Jordan, still hounding down Glasson there. He's not stopping. Pass, but it won't sit up. Get us back underway with the throws. Kuda. Been lively down that left-hand side, the King. Somehow managed to get across the way, and it's still there at the edge of the box for APIA. Defence by Sydney FC as they look to break Marin France. He hasn't stopped all game, even in a losing effort. Just to bring that one down, a shot out of a cannon. They brought some rain down with it. Doesn't get any easier for Sydney FC. They take on Rockdale next week, and then follow that up in a game against Sydney Olympic. 1-2 down this right-hand side. Flashed across goal by Glasson. It's still there. Shouts for a penalty. Waved away by our referee as he has sent that one away. A chance to counter. Lovely touch by Caspers. It's on it. Delicate little chip through. They look to break. Heavy tackle, but it was a fair one. But Askew doesn't think so. Ball's now to Glasson. Looking for the switch. He finds it as well. Beautiful ball. Sydney FC's goal scorer. And they go down the opposite side, unable to find the sky blue jersey, and it's Caspers mopping up once again. Itroya. Zanis. I was mentioning that draw. Still plenty of football to be played, but it doesn't get much easier for Sydney FC, and they might face an 8th here. Caspers gets that early ball in, but unable to find a maroon and blue jersey. Ball still with APIA. Tough 2-game stretch this game tonight, and they face another title challenger, Rockdale. To see off this wave here from APIA, who aren't letting their foot off the gas. They're looking for goal number 8. Just joining us, the score is 6-0 at half-time. APIA made it 7, but Glasson pulled one back for the Sky Blues. Two balls on the field momentarily. Sorted that out. Back with APIA. Simmons. Lovely football. It falls to Gibson. Can he bring it down? No, he can't. Beautiful one-touch football. The pass that nearly unlocked Ben Gibson for his hat-trick. APIA, since conceding, it just flicked it back up a gear. That will be filthy about not getting that clean sheet. Now they're looking for goal number 8. As we get ready for added time here at Rockdale. Heavy tackle by Azordi, who's been good since coming on in midfield. Kino-esque. Looks like him from a distance as well. Caspers. All APIA. And there's still time for them to add goal number 8. Goes back now. Their goalkeeper, Bazanis. He's probably caught a cold back there in this weather because he hasn't had too much to do. Balled in only on a couple of occasions. Nothing he could do. Now Sydney FC's goal. The rain and wind picks back up. It would be miserable for both goalkeepers, I feel. For both those brave souls between the sticks. A few minutes to go in regulation time here. APIA 7-1 to the good. Gibson, can he bring it down? No, he can't. Here we go. Chance for Sydney FC down the right-hand side. Watamalu. Up against McAllister there. And the APIA's throw, and they're in no rush to take this. And why would they be? Ahead for APIA. They've got that game against Hills next week, and then they take on Spirit the week after. So versus two teams desperate for results for opposite reasons to them. They're trying to avoid relegation. APIA looking to continue their title defence as we approach the halfway mark of the season. Still plenty of football to go. There's only one place to watch it all for free. Football New South Wales YouTube. Goal ball looking for Gibson once again. That second ball's Thanks for finding its way back onto the field. The ref hasn't spotted it. Uh-oh. 2 balls and Rory Jordan did a little switch then. 2 minutes of added time. Too many stoppages throughout the second half. APIA in cruise control. Reminder as well, make sure you're following us on Instagram. You can see Sam Yeoman, JD, Henley and the crew do their best work on our match of the day social coverage. What scenes we got last night just down the road. St George FC christening the new stadium with a late win for the Sydney Olympics. Plenty of football in this area of Sydney. It's the team from the inner west tonight who have reminded anyone that needed reminding that they are still the team to beat in 2024. Detroya looks up, plays Denby. Trying to get around in Como. Touch was a little bit too heavy as the seconds tick away here. Sydney FC. One thing you can say is they haven't dropped their heads in this second half. They went into the breakdown 6-0. As it stands, it's 1-1 in the second half. So something to take into a tough matchup next week against Rockdale. And that is that here at Rockdale. One word to describe that one from APIA: clinic. Anyone that needed reminding in 2024, they reminded them that they are still the team to beat the defending champions. Absolutely perfect performance from start to finish. Sydney FC did manage to get a goal back. They went into the sheds down 6-0. The score ends up though, the champions way too good. They've defeated Sydney FC by 7-1. My name is Adamo Denegris, and on behalf of everyone at Football's New South Wales, hope you have a great Sunday night. We'll see you again soon.